Incremental readings. So in this video, I'm going to share one of many advantages of incremental reading. Let us start with incremental reading is good for deep reflection. So we know that incremental reading enhances deep reflection. Okay, how? We will see that. And then the benefits stem from the provided improved comprehension, creativity, stress, meticulousness, focused attention, and enjoying the process. Everything together, and not in this order, by the way. What's important is enjoying the process. It's like a prerequisite. And this is like a consequence of each other. Since you will be focused, you will have an improved comprehension. Because of that, you will have meticulousness. Since it's good quality, you will have a reduction in the stress at the same time that you're enjoying. So everything is intermingled with each other. Then, why deep reflection matters? Because it leads to a better understanding. So whatever I'm learning, I'm reading, I will understand it better. Then one of the stems, creativity, is that new ideas fuels further exploration. It's not just that I will memorize what I'm reading as a parrot and that's it. No, I want to acquire that knowledge so I can apply it and transform it, connect it, link it with other knowledge I already have. And then stress-free frees the mind. Since I'm not worried about this, about that, I don't have time, I have to do that, oh my god, I have an exam or whatever, I can do whatever I want, then I'm more chill, I can do whatever I want. So I'm free to go to the rabbit hole or, dig further if I want to. Another stem was meticulousness. And this ensures that you don't overlook important details. That, oh yeah, I got the main idea, I got the big picture, some of the details, but let me dig further into those details. And you can go as deep as you want, assuming you will have the resources, learning resources. You decide when to stop. That I had enough. For me, this level of knowledge, this depth of knowledge is enough for my requirements, my needs, if it's for your job, for your hobby, whatever. And then, since you enjoy the process, you will keep engaged. That, hey, I will do more sessions and more sessions. Then, what happens is that we always have information overload. How we manage this overload with incremental reading? By prioritizing articles. And then, as I go through those sources, I adjust the priorities. It's not just I set a priority when I import and I forgot about it. I reset the priority every single time I set. Unless I consider that the one already has, it's good. So the choice that I will have set is the one already is, so I don't need to reset. So basically, I delay the less important ones. So I will keep postponing, usually until perpetually, what's not that relevant. So I get most of the value first, and then everything is diminishing returns. So you always focus on top priorities, what's called the priority protection. Whatever that is in your collection depends on the size, how long, old the collection is, and don't fear about neglecting others. Priorities are for that. Then, how you control the learning, how you control the reading speed. Because if you want to focus and go deep, reflection, you may think, oh, I'm going to read slower, taking more time, right? Which is true. Then, you'll have interruptions, because interruptions is a feature in Supermemo and in incremental reading. So what you can also do is not the interruption of the reading, but the interruption of the reflection. That's the key. That is the key. You have incremental, let's say, reasoning or incremental reflection. So every time is slightly more pre-cooked than last time, and you can go and iterate as deep as you want. And then this flexibility supports both careful study and rapid exploration. You do both. Of what is high priority, I will go rapidly, and get them quick. At the same time, that I'm taking my time to check every single detail by iterations of what I have done previously that becomes outstanding again, all of that. So at the end of the day, you set your own pace, your own rhythm, the ones that works for you and you need, that will be the best for you. There's no metric that, hey, you should aim for that one. No obligations, no side effects. It's just a matter of iterations, matter of time, and you will get there. As simple as that. Then, how you optimize the mental energy for that? Because it's not just like a parrot. It's I have to make a conscious effort to reflect every single time. So we know that the brain mental energy, whatever that is called more scientifically, is limited. So I cannot do deep reflection 24/7, or at least all of the hours I will be awake. That's not how it works. Because I will create fatigue, mental fatigue. Then, what you can do is what is called interleaving. That is because we have interruption. Because of this interruption, you switch sources or something else, topics if you want, or kind of learning could be an item, so you have recall with active recall with the passive reading, or more easy stuff, and you interleave what's really hard, consuming a lot of energy, deep thought, with something that is very, not superficial, but is very easy, at least for you. You can do that in Supermemo. And then those little transitions, saves energy, like it fluctuates, right? It's like a sort of a kind of analogy, but not that good. Imagine that instead of running a marathon or whatever, I do like what a soccer player would do. That I sprint here just for 5 seconds to get the ball, then I just go slow to get my position. When I read the defense, I want to be open to get the ball, stuff like that, right? So what I do is a combination of high speed, low speed. Sprinting will be maximum speed, maximum intensity. Same here. I do maximum intensity of very deep thinking, the equivalent of sprinting for a while. Then next repetition, because I'm interleaving, I'm making interruptions. Then it will be very chill, something that is quick to do, easy to do. So because because I'm doing this interleaving, I'm able to go on that state for longer. And even that longer, that if I only consider the sprints, so the high intensity, and I discard, I neglect what I did of low intensity, only the hard intensity is already more of the high intensity than if I had only one single session of that. So the time that I have been in very deep thinking will be more, even if I have quote unquote wasted time being in different zones. So jungle between topics, or even I would say items as well, not necessarily topics, in Supermemo, or topics in the sense of knowledge, that math, neuroscience, economics, whatever. And break sessions, so you have interruptions. You can maintain the optimal cognitive performance. That also depends on how you sleep. If you sleep biphasic, so you take a nap, stuff like that. But to simplify it as a big picture. Then, highlighting and notes. Usually what you will do, more than highlighting, I could say, yes, you can do highlighting in Supermemo, but more or less it's like, hey, those are the main points. I will make the extra cut of that. Because that is signaling, hey, there's an interest here. At the end of the day, this will potentially become an item. And I think it's one click away, or one key binding away. So it's like the old school way to do it, jotting down notes. But, well, people still kind of do it. But if you are really into incremental reading, you won't waste your time with physical medium. Sorry, I'm also biased about that. It's extremely inefficient. It's infinitely more powerful and flexible. So imagine that the column, it's a topic for another video, that as an incrementalist, I don't take notes. because what I do is I transform the source. Instead of starting a side node, I'm making my own nodes. Imagine instead of painting whatever, if I was an artist, instead of painting a canvas, is I get a painting and I modify the painting there. So I never have a blank canvas per se. That was analysis on the spot, by the way. Then space repetition integration takes place because incremental reading is a superset of space repetition. So that is what is everything I have done, everything that I have thought, all of this deep thought and processing, I want to remember at least the golden nuggets, the most relevant points. Because even though I consider it important, I will forget it because we're human. That's a myth, by the way. That just because it's important, I will remember it. Then, basically, it's not the best way to say it, but it's the message that you can ignore whatever you do until you need it, because no extra effort is required. Because it's just one click away, pop, in Supermemo will be Alt Z, and that's it. Eventually, you will see it because of the priority. Will take place whenever it is. Even if you don't do all of your reps, you will still see it because of the priority if it's high enough. If it's not high enough, you will never see it, and that's the best case scenario. Never see it, because this will mean you're not wasting your time with low priority stuff. So at the end of the day, it's just one key. Pop, and that's it. So stay ensures the space repetition ensures that whatever insights you got stays with you in your long-term memory. So you can use this deep reflection, the results of your reflection, for life. And this is like more, let's say, endogamic knowledge. It's not knowledge that you get from other sources, reading. It's like you are the creator of that source. Without going philosophical, but you get what I mean, right? Those are my conclusions or my raw thoughts, and I want to remember that. Then, exactly, it becomes a point that with incremental reading, this memory support with the space repetition becomes automatic or systematic, I would say, letting you focus on the thinking, not cramming and all of that. So since this, I don't have to worry. I trust the algorithm. I know it works. And because I already have done this, that, hey, I know that if I do the extracting and I care about setting the priorities, I will see it when it matters. And all of that. Then is, hey, remember, at the beginning we said no stress, no worries. Yeah, and because I don't have any worry, I have all my focus on the thinking. Everything will come. I know how to use Supermemo, or you will with this video, with this course. So it's just focus on thinking, on the deep reflection. So conclusions. Incremental reading fosters deep reflection by managing the information overload, controlling the speed, that it's a matter of time that this could be problematic if you don't know what you're doing, optimizing the mental energy, remember the interleaving, all of that, providing flexibility in note-taking, still speaking, it's source. You are modifying the source rather than note-taking at the same time, and ensures long-term retention because of space repetition. It's a win-win. It's the cheapest way to get what you want, and you get it with the maximum quantity possible for longer than any other method. So in any single dimension, you win. Incremental reading. Then, this method transforms reading into stress-free, engaging, enriching experience that supports richer and more meaningful thought. Because perhaps I felt in my channel at the first years that incremental reading is for learning, yes, but it's just that, acquire, absorb knowledge. But no, at the end of the day, what you want is that this knowledge is a requisite of thinking. At the end of the day, you want to think ideas, to create something. Not to repeat what is already there from memory. That's a prerequisite for creating. And I forgot I had one more slide. Okay. Oh, wow, so meta because I generally forgot I had this one. Incremental reading helps you not just remember more, but think better, unlocking deep reflection and insight every step of the way. So, a more fancy way of what I just said. So, that is just one dimension of the advantages. Look at that. I have more advantages still. By the way, there are some disadvantages. So it's not everything is not positive. There are some negative, but I mean, it's a no-brainer. But that's all for now. See you incrementally.